And there. Okay, so we're going to start in a very easy pose, mainly laying on your back. Keep your straps handy or ready, and keep your balls handy, because we are going to do a little bit of a different work today. So we're going to use them both along the whole, scanning up from the top of the body towards the bottom of the body. So start allowing yourself to bring yourself into a comfortable position. And take a deep inhale. Celebrate the fact that you're here, that you can take the time to honor your body, the time to open your body and stretch and become more mobile. And whenever you're ready, start bringing your knees towards your chest, hugging them in. You can grab your knees from behind, or you can really hug them forward with your arms, your choice. As you start doing this, maybe you want to close your eyes, shut down the stimuli coming from your eye, from your side. Taking a deep inhale and allowing yourself to start feeling and connecting with your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, and then come to the big part of your body as your back. Try to see if you might feel like rocking side to side a little bit to start awakening and releasing tension, mainly from the lower back. You can go as slow as you feel. You can stay on one side if you feel like. And then from there, even if our knees are flexed, bring your attention to your quadriceps, probably a little bit of a massage with your hands, pressing with the heel of the hands in the quadriceps. Maybe with the palm of your hands rubbing on your hamstrings and awakening the back of your legs as well, side of your legs. And come all the way to your shins. And now point and flex your feet, alternating or both at the same time. Make circles in one direction to release all the tension from your ankles, and then on the other direction. Whenever you feel you're ready, we're going to bring the feet down onto the mat and realign yourself, making sure that the shoulders are grounded, a little bit of a belly towards the spine, so slightly tucking the belly in. Take a deep inhale and bring your right hand into your belly button and the left hand a little bit below your heart. There, basically, where the front opening of the rib cage is, mainly the diaphragm, without pressing into it. Allow your parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. The calmer you are, the deeper you inhale and the longer you exhale, the easier it's going to be for your body to let go of the tension and facilitate the opening. So take a moment to take a deep inhale and try to see where is it that air is going to. Is it keep it in your lungs? Are you able to bring it into the diaphragm? Can you bring that belly all the way down to your abdomen? Take a moment here, inhale deeply. And then as you exhale, start by bringing the belly towards the spine, letting that body start sinking and getting heavy, supported by the floor. Allow your hands to get a little bit hollow as the abdomen deflates. And from here, take a moment to bring the arms overhead now and opening the front body once again. Don't worry about bringing the belly towards the spine. Allow yourself to really be long and tall. Try to see if you can grab the left wrist and bring the left arm to be pulled towards the right, making sure that the left hip is grounded, and at the same time that you are not overarching on your lower back. Take a moment to get back to center, and now switch wrists. So grab the right wrist and start pulling the right arm towards the left. Make sure the left arm is supported. There's no tension in this practice, in this stretching class. We want to keep the body as free of tension as possible. Whenever you're ready, grab your strap and bring your strap into your hands. Loop it once around your hands and open your arms wider than your shoulders. Start by engaging a little bit the abdomen and then bring the arms overhead, allowing from the chest to open. Bring the arms back to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, let the arms get heavy and aim for the floor. We are not holding anything, we are just trying to open the body. One more time, arms towards the sky. As you exhale, bring the arms overhead and let them fall heavy on the floor. In the next inhale, bring the strap and the arms all the way down and bring the balls with you. You're going to place the ball a little bit in between, at the base of the neck, really where the top corner of the scapula is. So not on the spine or the vertebrae, but to the literally at the corner of the scapula. If you have two balls, even better. If not, if you have only one, allow yourself to do a couple of repetitions on one side and then switch sides. Bring the strap back. If you feel like having the head supported, you can place a blanket, or you can place ideally a blanket or a towel more than a pillow. You want something that is flat, and allow that head to be supported and rested. Bear in mind that the whole purpose of this class today is to bring easiness into the body so that you can relax and open. Bringing the strap back into your hands, slide the strap once, wrap it once around your hands, keeping the balls at the tipping point of your scapula. Bring now the arms overhead, inhaling, and exhaling, bring it all the way down towards your legs. Make that movement count. Take a deep inhale, bringing it up towards the back wall, overhead, and then bring them back down towards your legs. We have two more here, so if you have only one ball and you're switching sides, this is the time to do it. Keep breathing in. Try to make long inhales and bring it down all the way towards your legs. One more time, bring the strap overhead. Hold it there. Let the arms be heavy and supported by the floor now. Hold the strap with a little bit of tension, but nothing that engages the body too hard. And then slowly bring the arms all the way down towards your legs. Whenever you're ready now, you're going to grab your elbows and bring the elbows overhead, allowing for a little bit more close opening here. You will feel that the rib cage are elevating differently than with the strap. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows all the way towards the rib cage. We have one more on this crossing. Big inhale. And slowly exhale. Switch the crossing of your arms so the bottom arm comes on top. Grab your elbows. Inhale deeply, bring the arms overhead. Try to get all the way down to the floor with those arms. You're framing your head with your arms, and then let's slowly bring them back towards your rib cage. Last time, bring the arms overhead once again. Let them fall heavy on the floor if at all possible, if the range of motion allows you to. If there's any difference in between one side and the other, maybe observe that. Breathe in and try to let the tension go and bring the arms down. From here, you're going, if you have a towel or blanket under your head, remove that, and you're going to place the balls literally, identify where the occipital muscle ends. You don't want anything in the center of the neck. You want to look for that bony area, and that is where you're going to place the balls. Again, if you have only one ball, you can do it on one side and then on the other. Gently lay down with the head supported by the balls at the base of the occipital bone. From there, you're going to keep the, you're holding the ball so that they don't slide with your hands, and you're going to rotate gently your head towards the right. Hold it towards the right and try to see by breathing in if that head can get a little bit closer towards the floor, if the ear can get a little bit closer towards the floor without pushing or pressing. It should be a matter of letting the tension go from your neck. Slowly come back to center and then drop the head towards the other side. For some of you, if you hold a lot of tension on your neck, this might be a little bit too intense. You might opt to cover the balls with a towel so it's not so deep the pressure that is triggering in the trigger point. One more time, come back to center. Now both balls are the base of the occipital, and now once again drop the head or roll the head towards the right. Try to see if you can find space on the left side of your neck. Left shoulder down, breathe in. And now slowly, as you get back to the center, you're going to see if you can identify any area that might be a trigger point. If you have no trigger points, you can come back to center easily. If you got a trigger point, stay there. Breathe in, breathe out. And then in the next inhale, keep coming back to center with your head. One more time, but this time towards the other side. Drop the head towards the left this time. And different people feel the tension in different places. Some people feel it more closer to the ears. Some people feel it more at the base of the occipital and the center of the, where the spine is. So try to really be very mindful here and slowly come back to center. See if you can identify any area that is a trigger point. Breathe in there, breathe out. Come back to center. And now keep the balls where they are. In the inhale, the chin is slightly pointing towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the chin in. One more time, inhale, chin towards the sky. As you exhale, chin towards your chest as far as you can go without losing contact with the balls. It's like you're sliding, massaging up and down on those neck muscles. One more time, last time, inhale, chin towards the sky. Maybe try to see if you can lift the chin a little bit more and open the front of your neck, opening the throat. And then slowly try to bring the chin to fully tuck in towards your chest. Hold it there, breathe in. Breathe out. Gently remove the balls from under your head and start by coming all the way to roll over and come into a seated position, keeping yourself sitting tall. We're going to generate some mobility on the shoulders now. So basically, arms overhead, head strap on your hands, a simply 360. Be very mindful as you open the chest, maybe, just maybe, you want to hold those arms parallel to the floor. Breathing in, allowing the collarbones to open, allowing that chest to really open. Gaze is forward, the chin is not up, it's not down, it's parallel to the floor. As you exhale, keep coming down towards your back with your strap and slowly come back to center towards the floor. Now, being very mindful, start coming all the way back. Try to keep an erect position. Try not to round the spine, gaze is forward, strap is overhead. And then from there, keep the spine erected, so flat back, and you want to bring those arms forward. Hold it at the moment where you reach the parallel position, and from there, then bring it all the way down. In the next one, we're going to go all the way 360. So be very mindful in your inhale coming all the way up. And instead of stopping now, we're looking for mobility. So you really want to complete that 360-degree circle. And you come back from the back all the way, slowly overhead, bring it forward and bring it down. In the next inhale, keep your strap, but this time you're going to make it really short. So palms facing the sky, strap is on my palms, sides, the strap is along my front body. I'm going to bring the elbows to really tuck in the rib cage. No tension by holding the strap, just the thumb holding the strap, not to allow the strap to slide. Gaze is forward. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, you're going to rotate as far as you can your torso towards the right. Identify where you feel that your body lacks either stretch or mobility. Basically, wherever there's any tightness, keep those elbows hugging in. That is the secret here, to create a little bit more of a challenge for this rotation. Then come back to center. And the arms are still in L shape. You want to rotate the whole body as one piece. Now, as you exhale, rotate the torso towards the other side. It's not that the arms are going anywhere. You're not pulling with the arms or anything. The arms are simply an extension of the torso. Stay here. Observe if your knees are pulling up. Try to bring the knees down, open that hip at the same time. Shoulders down. Inhale, we have one more time. Come back to center. Take the time to really get grounded on your sit bones. Elbows pressing into the rib cage, and as you exhale, rotate from your lower back all the way up. If you identify that you started rotating from your shoulders, get back from the beginning and start the rotation all over again. Maybe this time you can rotate a little bit more. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. Whenever you're ready, come back to center, and you have one last time the other side. Exhale, rotate towards the other side. Observe that it's not the shoulders rotating. The shoulders are the last ones to rotate. No tension in your face muscles. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back to center in your next inhale. And from there, leave the strap to the side for a moment and get back towards your balls. We are going to use one ball only for this one. Allow yourself to lay on your belly. And you're going to start by roll onto the right side of your body and place the ball on one of your thighs, the left, on the other thigh, which is the left one. You're going to place that ball into your hamstring. For some of you, this could be really intense, depending if you have been working out. Also, when there's weakness in the hamstring because you have been sitting. So place the toes of the left foot on the mat. That helps you ease up a little bit on the pressure of the body weight onto the ball. Forearms are on the mat, shoulders down. And if you have the toes on the floor, you're going to do very small movements, sliding the leg up and down. So basically, it's like the ball is moving a couple of inches up and down, trying to identify any trigger point. Use your feet to support you. Maybe your toes are tucked under. You can keep the right knee on the floor if that helps. And when you identify a trigger point, you hold it there. Take a moment to breathe in. And now place the ball somewhere else along the same leg, so the same quadriceps is now try to look for other trigger points. Same thing as we did before. Pushing into your toes. Allow yourself to look for trigger points. And then once you identify the trigger points, stay there. Breathe in, breathe out. Release the tension and release the pressure onto that ball. Coming onto the other leg this time. Placing the ball into the right quadriceps. I like to start from closer to my knee and roll that ball up as I move forward, as I move along into this. It's not that I'm going all the way from my knee to my hip. First part of the exercise, I do it a couple of inches from my knee up, and then I do from the middle of my quadriceps all the way up to your hip. But if you know already where you feel tension in your muscle, you can start by doing that. Be very mindful that the more tightness you have, the more painful and the more gentle you need to be when you start working with trigger points and balls. Breathe in and breathe out as you move up and down into that leg. And once you identify the trigger point, stop there, breathe in, breathe out. Place the ball a little bit higher along your leg. And this time, you want to look for some more release of tension. Remember, you can keep the left knee on the floor. You can keep the toes of the right foot on the mat as well. Help you swinging back and forth. Try to see if you can identify that other trigger point. Breathe in. Breathe out. Whenever you're ready, come back into your hands and knees, tabletop position. Remove the ball for the moment and come into a tabletop, finding a cow pose. As you exhale, round that spine and observe the upper body mainly. Maybe the space that you created in between your ears and your shoulders, maybe observing in the scapulas, if you were able to release some tension on the upper part of the scapula. And then come back to center. And then from there, we're going to come into a kneeling position, again with the ball. And this time we're going to place the ball under the arch of the left foot. I know we usually don't do much of the foot, but as you know, we have a little bit of a representation of every organ in the sole of our feet, right? That is what reflexology works on. So I want you to be very, very mindful and very slowly roll the foot along, use the ball to roll along the whole sole of the feet. Try to see if you can come all the way towards the base of your toes and place the heel on the mat, keeping the toes on the ball so that the toes are coming all the way up. Like when we do in yoga, lift the toes away up from the floor. This allows for some opening and release of tension of the toes. And then slowly come back to massage all the sole of your feet. Stop to on the outer side of your arch, and then come to the inner part of your arch. If there's nothing that is hurting you, maybe you want to put a little bit more pressure into that foot by lifting your hip up and pressing the foot down on the mat. Hold it maybe at the heel or maybe at the ball of your feet. Each one of you holds tension in different parts of the foot. And whenever you're ready, allow yourself to come onto the other side. Coming from a seated kneeling position, place the ball under the right foot. We start from the arch, and you can scroll all the way, roll all the way towards the heel, and then come all the way towards the upper part of your foot. Whenever you're ready, keep the toes on the ball, lifting the mat, pressing against the ball, sole of your feet really grounded, heel and the ball of your feet grounded. And then come all the way back to roll onto that foot, press it on the ball, and come to the outer edge of the foot. Then bring it back to center and come into the inner arch and pause wherever you feel that you might have a little bit more tension. For me today, it's on the arch of my foot. If you want more pressure, come into a kneeling position, lift the hip, and press a little bit more into that sole of the foot. And then whenever you're ready, keep the ball on the floor, come all the way into a forward fold position. And forget about the back of your legs, forget about the lower back, forget about the chest towards your thighs. I want you to feel your feet. Spread the toes. Do you feel more grounded? Do you feel that your feet have more of a traction, of a grounding, of a support? Are your feet more flat? Can you identify the heels versus the outer edge, inner arch, ball of your foot, of your feet, and toes? Spread them out. In the next inhale, find a flat back. And as you exhale, come all the way back into your tabletop position. Bring the ball back with you to the center of the mat, and we're going to aim for a rotation or a massage into the outer shoulder. If this is an area that is too sensitive for you, you can stay in a kneeling position and simply massage with the heel of your hand onto that shoulder, coming all the way towards the top of the shoulder and bring it down along your arm. Or if you want a little bit more of intensity, you can place the shoulder on the ball and allow for the pressure and the weight of your body to help you release tension from that shoulder. There's no secret here. The more weight into the ball, the deeper and the more intense it gets. So it's not about to go all the way in and suddenly get out of the tension that you have accumulated probably for 2 weeks. If you have pain or if you have a lot of tension, really try to come back to the kneeling position and allow those muscles to slowly and gently start releasing the tension. For some of you, if you play a sport where you're using one arm more than the other, the tension might be more in one shoulder than the other. Whenever you're ready, switch sides. And maybe you want to experiment on the other side as well to come as intense or less intense. It's your body, your tension, the way you release is entirely up to you. I'm just giving you options here. Whenever you're ready, take a deep inhale and bring that ball now to the base of your neck. Left hand grabs either the hair that you might have, or basically place the hand on the base of the neck and slide the left hand all the way up to the point where you can literally grab your head, your skull, and then place the ball with the right hand at the base of the neck. And from there, you're going to slowly and gently, very gently, you're going to slide that ball all the way back up from the base of your neck, all the way up towards the base of your skull. You're pampering yourself here. You're not really being too intense in your body. You're not scolding your body. You're not punishing your body. It's enough with the tension that we create. We really want to be friendly with our body and use this time that we barely allow ourselves to slow down and to listen to the body, to what the body needs. The more you allow your body to recover and get rid of tension, the better you're going to perform at work, the better mood you're going to have, the more functional you're going to be in your life, the better you're going to do at sports. Whenever you're ready, same side, same exercise on the other side. So right hand, you bring it to the base of the neck, Slide the hand along your leg all the way up until you are really grabbing that head, and then let the head tilt a little bit towards the right. The ball is on the base of the neck on the left shoulder, coming from the left shoulder. Slide gently that ball all the way up and down. Come to the base of the neck, maybe up to the halfway to the shoulder. Connect with the sensations here. The most important things that you can do, other than listening to me, maybe close your eyes and connect with your breath. Connect with how the ball slides and feel the fiber muscles really letting go of the tension, maybe opening. Same as any other part of your body. If you identify a trigger point, mainly because it's the neck, be very, very mindful. Rather than pressing into the trigger point, just stay there with very gentle pressure. And then breathe in. Breathe out and let the head be heavy, tilt it slightly towards the right. Whenever you're done with that, come back to neutral head, roll your shoulders back, drop the head towards the right ear, towards the right shoulder, sorry. Bring it back to center and drop it towards the left shoulder. In the next inhale, come all the way into your tabletop position. And make sure you have room to the front and the back of that mat. Maybe bring a towel or a blanket with you and place the left knee in on top of that blanket. If it doesn't slide, it doesn't matter. You can push that blanket or slide that blanket towards the back of the mat or the bottom of the mat, and then bring the right knee. It's not a half pigeon. You want the heel under your hip. So I'm not opening to the side. I'm staying in the same position. I'm just focusing on sliding my left leg towards the back wall. That's why the purpose of the towel or the blanket under the knee, so that if there's any discomfort on that knee, you can simply allow for the support of that blanket. As you stay here, come all the way into your forearms if at all possible. And try to keep those hips square. You might need to engage the left glute so that you're squaring your hip. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, flex the left knee and try to see if you can grab that left foot with the right hand. If you're overarching or if it's too much, bring the strap into the left foot and pull from the strap. Remember, it's all about making things really, really easy for your body so that your body is not tensing up and can let go of any misuse or any additional tension that you have put into it, because we all put tension in our body. As you exhale, try to bring that heel a little bit closer towards the butt cheek. And if you see that you're lifting the hip, that you're lifting the butt in order to meet the heel, you went too far. Back off a little bit and let the muscles in the quadriceps and the hip open slowly. At the same time, you're opening your chest, so try to roll your right shoulder down and back. And slowly let it go. Let's make it even and switch sides. The towel is under the towel, blanket, whatever you have is under the right knee. Left knee flex towards the left wrist. Again, it's not a pigeon pose. So you're sitting onto the right, onto the left heel, and then sliding that right leg as far down and back as you can. Try to really feel the opening and the stretch of the arms of the hip flexor here. And then whenever you are ready, come into your forearms if that is at all possible. Again, you can use a strap if needed for the next one when you flex your knee. There's nothing to hold tension on the neck, so the gaze is down. It's not falling the head. but it's neither looking forward and up. You want a neutral spine here. Try to visualize your spine from the base of from your neck or the base of your head all the way down towards the tailbone in one line. And now, yes, flexing the right knee. As you inhale and as you exhale, grab the right foot with the left hand. And first pay attention if you can ground the lower body and the hip down. If possible, rotate slightly the torso towards the left, but it's not about the rotation, guys. It's really about the lower body opening. Gaze is down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you might want to grab that foot from the outer edge and bring that heel closer towards your back cheek. Try not to fall to the right. Keep those hips even and square. Breathe in and really let the tension melt here. As you exhale, let it go. In the next inhale, come all the way into a downward facing dog. And let's create some mobility into those legs. Whenever you're ready, flex the right knee a lot. And bring the hip to open slightly towards the right. So you're tilting the hip towards the left. As you flex the right knee, really, really flex. And now you're opening your left side of your body. From the lower back, from the left heel, all the way back towards your chest, and the opposite direction, the right arm is pressing down on the mat. And then come back to center, flex the left knee a lot, tilt the hip a little bit towards the right. Try to see if you can bring that right heel towards the floor and allow for that body to open onto the other side. And in the next one, you're going to choose the side that was most difficult for you. Come back to center. Where you find the most tension, that's the side that you're going to get back to as you exhale, flexing the opposite knee, let the head be heavy here. We're not looking for perfection, on the opposite. We are looking to release as much tension as we can from our body. In the next inhale, both heels up. And as you exhale, wave your spine forward until you come into a high plank. Focus 100% more than on the plank. Focus on the waving of the spine. As you inhale, now you're going to start from the crown of the head, tuck your chin in, round the upper back, round the middle back, and then come back into a flat back in your down dog. And now wave it forward once again. Be slow and be gentle here. And then wave it back. Once you reach your last dog, stay there. Observe if there's any space that you have created in between your first dog and this one. And then you're going to do one more wave forward. Inhale, take all the time in the world. Try to see if you can do one vertebra at a time until you get into a flat back again in your plank. And then start all over again by tucking the chin in, middle back, lower back, and then the last thing you do is to straighten and bring yourself into a flat back in down dog. In the next inhale, now this time, yes, we're going for pigeon for real, or half pigeon, better said. Right knee behind the right wrist, right heel. The closer you bring it towards your hip, the easier the pose gets. So from here, make sure you have a supported hip. So bring a towel again under the left, no, under the right back cheek, so that your hip is even. And we're going to stay here for a while, guys. So we are going to start, if this is easier for you, bringing the heel towards your hip, that's where we are starting. Make sure the left leg is stretched back and come all the way into your tabletop position. Take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Maybe coming all the way to the full expression of half pigeon by extending the arms and surrendering fully here trying to look for really a long spine on top of the opening and stretching that you're doing on your legs and hip. Try to really look for some upper body opening as well. In the next inhale, press the hands down on the mat, walk yourself back, walk your legs, hands back towards your front knee. And now slowly try to open that right knee a little bit more. So we are aiming for the shin of the right leg to be parallel to the top of the mat. That might be a little bit too intense. So we are just moving that leg a little bit more further away from the hip. And believe me, just a few inches away from the hip, you're going to notice a big difference in the stretch. Again, nothing should hurt. You're going to hold the pose until you get used, or your muscles get used to the deeper stretch. And you're only going to come down to your forearms once you feel that that is comfortable for your glutes, your IT band, inner thighs. Not because I come down into my forearms, it means that everybody feels the same. Some of you might start directly in your forearms. Some of you might already have the shin parallel to the mat, to the top of the mat. So we are all different here. Take the time and see if you can literally find a little bit more challenge in this pose. Maybe there's a possibility for you to surrender, extending the arms, or maybe this is too much for you and you don't need to go there tonight. Take a moment to breathe in, let the tension go, release any tension in the face muscles as well. If you're really bringing your teeth to grin, and if you're really holding tension in your face, this is not working. You need to back off. In the next inhale, slowly come back with the hands, walk them back towards your knees, and allow that leg to come into tabletop position. Rock your hip, wiggle your hip, do some movements around your hip to ease up into that one, into that, after that intense stretch. And now we have the same situation onto the other side. So come into your calf pigeon onto the other side, supporting your hip with your blanket or towel. And it happens usually that one side is tighter than the other. We already know that. So maybe you need to adjust the support of the other hip a little bit higher. And we start with the heel closer towards your hip. And if this is an easy pose for you, make sure you're sliding your right leg back. Come all the way into your forearms, making sure that both forearms are fully grounded on the mat. You don't want to have the right or the left forearm just barely touching the mat. If that is the case, you come back into your hands. You want to have full support here. Take a deep inhale, make your spine long. Gaze is down, and maybe, just maybe, walking the fingertips towards the top of the mat and letting yourself surrender here. Look for length along the spine. Then come all the way down towards your hip. Make sure you're not sinking towards the left. Slide the right leg a little bit more backwards and allow yourself to connect with the opening that is happening. And now we go for the fun part. Whenever you're ready, walk your hands back and try to see where you can open that left shin a little bit more to be more parallel towards the top of the mat. And this is where your wisdom kicks in. This is where your body rules. It's not where your mind rules, but where your body rules. So start listening to that body. Allow for that hip flexor on the right to open. At the same time, that is a deep stretch for the inner thigh on the left. Big opening and rotation using the IT band. Outer thighs, glute. Everything is opening and stretching here. And maybe you just want to experiment if there's a possibility in this little bit more challenging position to come into your forearms. No tension in the neck, maybe closing your eyes. Maybe you want to slide slowly and very gently ease up into the pose, into the opening, rocking the hips, barely rocking the hips side to side, so that you are trying to scooch a little bit more space here. And maybe, just maybe, there's a possibility with that bigger opening on your leg to come into surrender. Breathe in. Breathe out. The sensation should be intense, but should never hurt. So be very mindful. Nobody is competing here. If there's any competition is in between you listening to your body or just staying in your mind. So be wise and used to your body. Whenever you're ready, come back into your tabletop position. And from here, we're going to come all the way in and extend into downward facing dog. Observe your back, the back of your legs, observe the lower back, observe your chest, maybe connecting with a lot more ease into this dog, more opening. In the next inhale, you're going to come all the way back into your knees. And this time you're going to bring the balls back with you. And we're going to into one of my favorite ones, let's say between inverted commas. So let's start, keep the ball handy there. Start with figure 4 with the left leg on top. Hands on the mat, so fingers pointing forward. Start by opening the chest. So let's use this pose in more than one, for more than one benefit. Roll your shoulders down and back, scapulas coming to the middle line. Stay here, keep that chest open, and bring that right heel, the one you have on the floor, closer towards your hip. For some of you, this might be a deep, intense stretch already. So you might want to stay here. Now, for all of us, we're going to drop both knees towards the left. Keep the chest pointed forward or facing forward towards or square to the front wall. And then slowly come back in to where you started. Now drop the knees towards the left, towards the right, and still the chest is going nowhere. So you want that chest square. Inhale, come back to center, drop the knees towards the left one more time. Inhale, center, drop the knees towards the right. Come back to center, and now with the ball. So you're going to place the ball starting from the outer side of your glute. Use your arms to really support you guys. This could be really intense. Little circles to the outer side of your glute, connecting the IT band, connecting with the outer thigh, connecting with one of the 3 muscles in your glutes. And then if you identify a trigger point, you might want to stay there and breathe there. And then bring the hip to the floor. Find another spot on your glute, probably coming more to the base of your glute or the middle of your glute, and try to see if you can identify any other trigger point. Little circles, rocking your hips slightly side to side, rolling on the ball. I told you we were going to have fun. I don't know about you guys, but this is always weird for me. And then find your trigger point and stick into it, stay there. And then slowly hip to the floor. Same leg, you're going to bring the left leg to extend and the ball at the base of your glute, literally where the insertion of the hamstring is. Right knee is flexed, Use your arms to support your body weight and slide that leg up and down, releasing the back of your leg now. The left foot is on the mat, but you're not pressing down onto that left foot. You want an extended leg. If you identify any trigger points, stay there. Breathe in and allow the weight of your body to ease on the tension here. Breathe out. Now, let's come onto the other side. We start without the ball, figure 4 onto the right leg, left foot on the mat, fingers pointing forward. Find the chest proud and open, gaze forward. Flex the right foot so that you're protecting the right knee. And whenever you're ready, in the next exhale, bring the left heel closer towards your pelvic floor, towards your hip. Keep sitting tall, chest proud. As I said, probably for some of you, this is intense enough. And you want to stay here, or you might need to get back to where we started. One last inhale. And as you exhale now, bring the ball with you. We start from the outer side of the right glute, get back into that tabletop, figure 4 position, and start rolling little circles onto the outer hip and the outer side of your glute. Identify trigger points and stay there. Woo. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sit up fully on the floor. Move the ball either a little bit more to the center of the glute, and then find a little bit more what to wrap into, where to roll that ball in, and try to see if there's any tension that you can really work along with the ball. Stay still, come into stillness when you find that trigger point. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, keeping the ball, we are going to come to extended leg, base of the glute here, extended right leg, left knee flex, and using the hands to support you, start rolling that leg, your body back and forth, sliding your back and forth, so that you can really come to open that hamstring. Be mindful, mainly if you have had any strains or any pulls in your back muscles, in your hamstring muscles, be very mindful. You don't want to hurt yourself again by rubbing the ball or rolling the ball into that injury. And then come back with the ball, lay down onto your left side of the body, and you're going to place the ball literally onto the outer hip. Some of us has more flesh, some of you have less flesh. Right knee is flexed and supporting your movement here. You just simply want to roll slowly that ball along the IT band and outer thigh. For some of you, the tension might be closer towards the knee. So the only thing you don't want is to put the ball onto the outer side of the knee. I mean, no, it's all the way above the knee, up and down. If this is too intense, you can work in a seated position, rubbing the ball against your outer thigh. As we said, the more body weight you put in the ball, the more intense the tension comes. Whenever you're ready, come onto the other side. Laying with the right leg extended, left knee flex, ball to the outer side of the hip and down. And again, be mindful, be gentle, be patient with your body. as I said, option to simply slide the ball up and down that side leg, the outer side of the leg. And whenever you're ready, we are all going to need to wrap up on the legs in a seated position, extending the legs. And if you have two balls, bring the two balls. If you have one, do one leg at a time. You are now going to wrap this practice of leg openers by rubbing the balls gently along the whole leg. So you can bring them to the side. It's like when you are going to a masseuse and they do the final tapping. That is what we are doing here with the balls. Maybe flexing the knees and bringing the balls to the back. So the hamstrings up and down. And then come back to lay down on the mat. Flat back. Bring yourself to rest on the mat. Bring the legs towards the sky and shake them off. Allow the blood to circulate all the way towards your heart. Maybe making a little bit of a massage on your legs. Bring the left knee to flex and the strap into the right leg. Grab the strap with both ends of the strap with the right hand. And as you pull the left knee towards the left, you let the right leg open and fall as low as you can. I'm not asking to be I'm not asking for perfection here where I'm pulling the hip down or anything. Allow for that right leg to really try to reach the floor. You can even place a block or a blanket to support that foot. Take a moment here to inhale, chest is open. And as you exhale, pull, flex from the right elbow and pull the straps towards your right shoulder, bringing that right leg a little bit closer towards the right shoulder. And then gently let it go. Come back to center. Extend the left leg and grab each end of the strap with one hand. And slowly start pulling the right leg towards the middle line. You don't want to go all the way towards the left. You want to get the hip grounded equally on both sides and pull that right leg slowly towards the middle line. Big sensation here on the back of the right leg. Maybe the outer thigh, maybe the inner thigh, maybe the glute, maybe the lower back. This is triggering a lot of things, maybe your calf, maybe your ankle. So be patient here. Come back to center and bring that right knee to flex. Starting onto the other side, strap into the left arch of the left foot. Grab the ends of the strap with both the left hand. And then from there, drop the right leg towards the left. And again, let it rest somewhere. Don't keep that left leg hanging. You want the muscles to really relax here. So pull the right knee a little bit more towards the right so that you are counterbalancing and let the left leg be heavy. When that left leg is supported, allow yourself to grab the strap strongly, wrap it around your left hand, start flexing the left elbow and bring that left leg closer towards your right shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Take the time to bring that left leg up. And now extend the right leg. Flex the left foot, grab the straps with both hands. And then from there, slowly bring that left leg to the middle line. Remember to flex the left foot so that you're really getting a little bit more intense. Breathe in here. Breathe out. And whenever you're ready, come back to center. Remove the strap. cross the left leg on top of the right leg and grab both ankles. From there, pull the knees towards your your chest. Inhale, let it go. Switch the crossing. Right leg on top, grab your ankles or feet or pants, whatever you can grab. Make sure the back of your neck and your head is supported, chest is flat. And then from there, pull your knees in as you exhale towards your chest. Gently come to shake your legs, bring the toes to point, and then flex, point, flex, knees towards your chest. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, roll yourself all the way back into seated position. Cross your legs and come all the way back into your table, into your downward facing dog. And now observe if any difference in your last part of this practice as you flex the right knee and open the left side body. And then switch sides. Sometimes we forget about how important is the linking between the legs, the hip, and the upper body. And we think that lower back is just lower back. Come back to neutral with your heels, and then maybe try to press the heels down equally as you find a flat back, hip up in the air. Bring the body weight more towards the legs, and then gently knee into tabletop position. Find a cow here. Finish your practice with an exhale in a cat. Come back to neutral. And maybe in a seated position or sitting on your heels, bring the arms overhead, pulling the left wrist towards the right, drop the hip towards the left, fully drop it onto the floor. And then arms down, come back to center, arms up, right wrist, pull it towards the left, hip falls towards the right. And then come back to center. And the last one, you're going to go back to the side that was the most difficult for you. As you know, my left side is always difficult for me, so I'm dropping to the left. And with that, my friends, bring the arms down, come back to center, roll your shoulders back a couple of times, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Don't rush the last part of this. Stay in the zone. Inhale, come back to center, left ear towards the left shoulder. Come back to center, optional, fully optional. Bring your hands behind your head, support your head, push the elbows back and grab your stretching class with an opening of the chest. A little bit of back bending. Come back to neutral, and as you exhale, come with the arms down. And that, my friends, has been your stretch class, Feel Good Stretch. I hope you enjoy it. If any questions, let me know. And hopefully you are more